"We love DC," says Melania Trump as she donates inaugural ball gown to the Smithsonian, and her designer reveals she texted him 2 weeks before ball to ask for a dress. First Lady Melania Trump gave a shout out to her new hometown Friday, as she participated in a 100-year-old tradition by donating a gown to the Smithsonian. "The President, Barron, and I love living here, and we are so honored to represent this country," the First Lady told a crowd gathered in Flag Hall at the Smithsonian National Museum of American History, the museum where her inaugural ball gown will now live. In her speech, which lasted under 4 minutes, the First Lady admitted procuring a ball gown had slipped her mind, so she made poor Hervé, designer Hervé Pierre, work on a tight 2-week deadline to craft the gorgeous couture piece. "She sent me first a text message and she said, 'It's Melania Trump, can I call you?' the designer recalled. And I was like, oh," he said, making a gasping noise. The two got on the phone together and the incoming First Lady explained that she needed the dress in under 2 weeks. "And I said, absolutely," he said. "But of course you panic." Trump, on teleprompter, but speaking more freely than usual, spoke about how, because her husband was a first-time politician, she was focused on preparing for the new administration and an eventual move to Washington, and thus forgot about the dress. "To be honest, what I would wear to the inaugural ball was the last thing on my mind," she told the crowd, garnering laughs. The First Lady said she had never worked with the French designer before, who was seated in the front row for Friday's donation ceremony, but had heard of his stellar reputation. "I wanted someone who would be willing to collaborate with me, and Hervé exceeded my expectations," she gushed. "I have had a passion for design from a very young age and had a very precise idea of what I wanted for such a historic evening. When sitting down with Hervé I had to discuss my vision. I expressed a desire to have modern, sleek, light, unique, and unexpected," the First Lady added. Pierre echoed the First Lady when he talked about the experience. "It was a wonderful collaboration," he said, saying their discussions were a true conversation because we have the same vocabulary, we have the same passion for fashion. We have a lot of pressure, but it was an easy process, really," Pierre told DailyMail.com. Trump said she realized it would be a daunting task for the designer, to create something that was mesmerizing and will be part of our nation's story and forever history. But he said eventually his panic turned to purpose. "It doesn't really help you to panic because at one point you have to be proactive and you have to jump into the task that you are doing," he said, adding, "Actually sometimes when you are under pressure that way you are also very creative." The First Lady agreed. "I was so pleased with our end result, and it is now my hope that this piece is one of the many great beginnings to our family's history here in Washington, D.C., she said. Melania Trump wore the gown to 3 inaugural balls, dancing with her husband at each and a member of the military at the final ball, dedicated to U.S. troops.